Filming this after so many attempted self-timer videos in that room feels very full moon in Leo because I don't have a photographer with me in this beautiful hotel room in Warsaw that I think is my favorite hotel I've ever stayed in. It's so beautiful and lovely. This is adorable, but I don't want my boobage to necessarily be the focus of this video, just objectively, so I'm gonna do this sort of thing. Okay, yeah, this is a Leo moment. The sun is setting at like 7 p.m. here in Warsaw when I'm filming this in early May. I know the full moon in Leo is like months away, 2 months away, but I film early so my editor can get things out. So I like this full moon. I'm excited to get into it. And if you are excited as well, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. That was a seamless transition. My editor's not even gonna have to do a take. And I'm gonna run late for my Zoom meetings, but fucking worth it. Firstly, gonna run through what the vibe of this new moon is, then gonna tie it into the world event charts. And as always, if you have not already seen your July or August forecast, depending on when you're watching this, do check those out down below. It'll specify where this is happening for you and what's coming up for you in August after this. This new moon is happening on July 28th, 2022 at 6:54 p.m. BST, which is London time. I was prepping this video in London, so I just wrote that so you can specify to your time zone. New moons are inherently new beginnings, and Leo is the fixed fire sign. It represents the essence of summer, and what summer represents is life. It is heat. It is energy that rises. And there's a pure, vibrant creativity to Leo because it's ruled by the sun. The sun is fully committed and fully loyal. The sun does not take any days off and it loves what it does, or hypothetically it loves. It's providing. It is inherently loyal and inherently committed. And the sun does not ever fail. It does not ever show up late. Similar to the pure manifestation of Leo, it's just pure generosity, pure giving because it appreciates others soaking it up. Now, the sun is in its home sign, and when planets or the sun or moon are in their home sign, they're the most conducive to be comfortable. They can act in their nature in a very positive, very constructive way. So this is an internal new beginning. Full moons are generally internal, but it's a very empowered new beginning. It is very, we don't feel the need to spread the word necessarily because we are so committed in ourselves. We're like, we got this. And the sun and the moon are at 5 degrees, 38 minutes of Leo, which is in the first third of Leo. The decans are the third parts. And I like to bring in the decans for a little bit more a little bit more texture, if I may, because the sun rules Leo flat out, but this decan of Leo, the first third, is ruled by Saturn. It has a little bit of Saturn texture. So it's associated with the 5 of Wands tarot card, and the sun in Saturn is creative but very structured. You're being judged while you perform. You're being critiqued while you're on stage, and not everyone is going to approve of you, even if you're like the best entertainer of the world. So when planets are here, they tend to love the game of creativity and love being seen, but also bring with it critiques and challenges. For example, I have my Mars here in this decan at 2 degrees of Leo, and my Mars rules my midheaven, a public image. Need I say more? I'm sure being performative and creative in a way that's very authentic, but damn, people hate me. An example of this would be a reality show. An example of this decan is a reality show where you're being judged as hell, but it's lighthearted on TV, whatever. You're inspired to take on this new beginning, but understand that there's going to be a hard judgment with this. So we're likely excited about something, we're willing to take it on, but we're about to be really, really judged. And since this is happening so close to my Mars, which rules my 11th house of audience perception and my midheaven there of public image, and it's in my 8th house of finance and crypto and investing, I fucking know what this is, because this is supposed to start in July. When you guys learn about this, you're gonna be so excited. I don't think I can talk about it, but oof, more people are gonna hate me. Oh my God, people are gonna hate me. But they can suck my dick. During this new moon, Mercury in Leo will be 13 degrees away from the sun. And that is technically within 14.5 degrees, meaning it's underneath the sun's beams or burned, it's combust, but it's nearly out of range. 14.5 range, it's at 13 degrees, it's almost all the way out. So I'm not too worried, but being under the sun's beams generally indicates delay or not speaking up about something. So there's a delay in announcing this, but nothing too substantial. I think we're just holding things within and not wanting to leak out that energy. Now, I love that it is within 3 degrees of trine Jupiter and Aries. 120-degree angles are trines, and the sun and moon in Leo are just 3 degrees away from that. And when planets are within 3 degrees of an exact aspect and it is applying, the faster moving planets are applying to the slower moving ones, that means generally that they're in an engagement and it is a very intense aspect. So I love that Jupiter, the bonifying planet, the benefic, can help out this new moon in such a big way. So there's a huge amount of optimism and long-standing success around this. It's also 10 degrees away from a square to Mars in Taurus. This is a little bit more challenging. It's not too close, but I would expect some delays, some slowness, some slow and steady obstacles to arise, where this is taking a little bit longer than some immediate spark energy. This is Leo here, this is not Aries. Also, this is 13 degrees away from an exact square to Uranus, which is not super close, so I don't think it'll have a huge amount of volatility or sudden surprises with it, but there is some energetic turbulence that should be expected that will bring some difficulty in sticking to a strict schedule or a strict routine around this. And with both Mars and Uranus and Taurus sextile Venus in Cancer, so they're within about a 60-degree angle of Venus and Cancer, sextiles are opportunity. And to Venus, there's opportunity for those obstacles and the length of time this is taking to generate more value. That some of like the turbulence and the obstacles and the delays mean that you have more value to squeeze out of this. And I know exactly how this is going to apply to this situation, because damn, it's taken a while for details around this, but no like issues with that or anything. So sure, I mean, the sun and moon and Mercury and Leo are opposite Saturn, but they're very far by degree. Saturn is around 23 degrees, I believe. I don't feel like pulling up the chart because my computer's down there balancing on a chair right now, and I'm having to sometimes go over and make sure it doesn't turn off, but it's within a wide orb, and they're nearly 20 degrees away. Mercury is within 5 degrees of this opposition, so I think that speaking up about this too early could bring fear, or we can feel like I can't speak about this right now, but it's not inherently bad. It's just that kind of like, let's keep it within vibe. I do like this new moon. The sun is exalted. I like that it is trine Jupiter so closely. It's very optimistic, and even the setbacks do not look worst case scenario at all. They look more like, oh, there's things that we have to get in tune with that are more slow and steady rather than really quick and really immediate. There's scrutiny in the future evaluation of this, but I think that's inherent to the level of magnitude that we're committed to. And overall, I really enjoy this. I think if you want to use this and the days following more specifically to manifest something creative that you might invite in more judgment and critique around, could be great for that, as well as just like, I don't know, a photo shoot would be great around this day. I'm gonna fucking schedule that. Had a meeting I had to take because this video is running over my time that I have to do calls now, but jumping back in to finish up the video for the second half. So now that we've explained the energy behind this new moon, if you have any thoughts, questions, or things you have to say about how this is happening in your chart, feel free to let me know down below, and we will get into how this is showing up in the world event charts. So starting out with the United States chart, this is happening on the US's North Node in the 9th house. So the North Node represents ambition or full force going after things. And it's on that's where it is happening in the US's chart, in the 9th house of foreign policy or foreign affairs. So it might be a new beginning in foreign policy with another country for something that is substantial. Venus is on the US's natal sun in the 8th house. Venus, cute shit, sun, authority. So Biden might be popular for this or doing this directly and being well received. Venus is squaring the US's Saturn in the 11th house, so it looks like it's well received by the public. And with Jupiter and Aries squaring the US's Cancer stellium, I like this for the US generally. For Biden, this is happening also in his 9th house, but it's on his natal Pluto. And Pluto for Biden is representing this like psychologically transformative new beginning with another foreign party. So it looks very provocative or like something that has deep implications. And I have to be honest that Mars and Uranus in his 6th house opposing his Scorpio stellium looks very suddenly difficult for his physical and mental health. So there could be some issues that he has during this time. I do like that Venus is trine his Scorpio stellium. So it's not like this is out of nowhere or there's help present. But yeah, foreign policy and health issues look big. For Russia, this is near its ascendant and its Chiron, the ascendant being the identity of the country and Chiron being an energetic sensitivity point for vulnerability, woundedness, like a gaping wound. So it looks like a new beginning in national identity based on like a big wound point or something that is like an open, that should be defended. So this new decision on their end could be in order to heal a vulnerability point. And with Venus near their south node in the 12th house, there could be a fortunate leak of information that they needed to either get out or be told about. Like some kind of leak is fortunate for them. Mars and Uranus in the 10th house trine their natal Jupiter in the 2nd. Looks like Putin acting suddenly could benefit the country financially. For Putin, this new moon is in his 10th house of career or leadership, and it's near his south node, but not super close. But with Mercury really close to his south node, midheaven and Pluto, it looks like he's making an intense provocative statement. And with Venus near his natal Uranus in the 9th house, trining his natal Venus in the 1st house, it looks sudden, he's confident, he's speaking about something that it's another sort of foreign policy-based decision that he's making that's very sudden and very confident. And Mars and Uranus are on his natal Jupiter in the 7th. So sudden fighting from an opponent is likely probably Ukraine, but yeah, it looks like major announcement on his end about something that he needs to compensate or like defend. For Ukraine, this is close to its natal Chiron in Leo as well, which is, again, this like vulnerability or weak point building on top of this. It is a rebuilding kind of vibe, like we're gonna smooth this over in this way. Saturn retrograde very close to its moon looks like it's difficult for the people along with the market because it's in their 2nd house. But with Venus very close to its lot of fortune and south node in the 7th house, it looks like there's a very fortunate alliance or partnership with another world power. Mars and Uranus opposing their Pluto, though, is very challenging. Like they need to drastically transform something about the country in order to get out on the other side. For Zelensky, this is close to his natal Mars, and it's in his 3rd house. The 3rd house is things like daily routine or people that you see on a daily basis. So with Mars ruling his 11th house of alliances and publicity and 6th house of coworkers or health issues, this looks like a new beginning with people that he works with daily. Now, Mercury is in his 8th house. It looks like he's making obviously a big announcement about Ukraine. And with his moon in Leo and this opposing his natal sun, it's literally like hitting home very strongly. Like there might be some type of compromise or like, oh yeah, we really have to do that to save this. Jupiter on his south node in the 11th looks like the growth of giving up ties. And Mars and Uranus opposing his natal Uranus is not great for mental or physical health either, frankly. Now, moving into Bitcoin's chart, this is happening near Bitcoin's south node. We dump after, like 100% we're dumping after because the south node literally represents release. This always happens whenever the south node is activated. It's a dump. I like Mars and Uranus trine Bitcoin's Capricorn planets, Venus opposing its sun, so pump into dump after is likely. For ETH, this is right on ETH's sun. Mercury is right on ETH's Mercury. There could be a bigger new beginning for ETH, frankly. So I think that Mars and Uranus squaring ETH's planets in Leo is not too great. Venus opposing ETH's Pluto is good, so probably pump into dump after for this. So if you enjoy this and you want to check out more of my offerings, feel free to notice down below. And if you want to comment anything, any thoughts, any predictions, anything at all, I read all of them, even the hate. I see everything, even if I can't respond. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one and have fun with this new moon.